Okay, I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. Thanks everybody for joining. I'm Cassandra Gholston, the CEO and one of the co-founders of PartnerTap. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what's in PartnerTap for free. Companies can get a lot of value out of using our free version. And so I want to walk you through some use cases. And of course, I'm going to show you a couple of the buy-ups, but everybody can get in here and get tons of value. So we'll walk through a little overview. I'll jump to a demo. We'll do some Q&A at the end. Please, if you have any questions, just put them in our chat box. I have Jesse and Scott on this call who will be manning chat, and we'll answer questions throughout the presentation. So we're the leading ecosystem sales platform, and really our mission is to help companies unlock $1 trillion in new partner ecosystem revenue. So at our core, we automate ecosystem-wide account mapping, pipeline sharing, and collaboration, while giving our customers full control over what data they share. And that's free users of PartnerTap, and that's paid for companies. And really, companies are coming into PartnerTap to identify new sales opportunities, and empowering that channel-led or that partner-led growth. So when we're talking with companies, what we're hearing is it's really hard to prioritize partners that we should be working with. After we've kicked our partnership off and we have really good go-to-market going, we're doing weekly pipeline sharing, and it's all over spreadsheets, and what's been registered is never what we think has been registered. And so it's a big mess. As we get really good with our partners, we're doing quarterly business planning and account planning, and intermittently throughout that, we're doing this account mapping and making these one-off sales connections or partner to partner seller connection. But we're really only scratching the surface, because a lot of this is happening in spreadsheets. And so PartnerTap really aims to unlock what's underneath the surface. So for those of you who have already jumped on PartnerTap, this will be a review. For those of you who have not jumped on PartnerTap yet, how this works is best case is we connect to your CRM system, and all of our CRM integrations are native integrations. So single sign-on with Dynamics, Salesforce, HubSpot, and many other CRMs, which are smaller scale. We sync all of your customers, prospects, opportunities, leads, and then we allow companies to augment that data with installed products, propensity data, marketing data, and that all comes into the Trust platform. From there, our companies in a free scenario can map any of these partner pipeline data or account data against this data set that they've brought into PartnerTap, and we'll create the mapping within seconds or minutes, depending on how large these lists are. Then the next step is it's time to invite partners, because if they're sharing spreadsheets with you, might as well be doing it through a platform so you can get that real-time connectivity on the other side. You can start to invite partners, and you can invite them in our free version. They can choose to sync their CRM system, or they can load spreadsheet data. And then each side decides what data set they want to share to the other side. And depending on what each side decides to share is what is uncovered inside of PartnerTap. One of the big differentiators inside of PartnerTap is that we allow companies to share more data than potentially their partner is sharing back to them. So we do have a lot of companies where maybe the partner is sharing data to them, but they are not necessarily sharing data back to the partner. They can see how this data maps against their account base and their pipeline, and then choose what data they might expose to the partner. And there's many reasons for this, but I'm happy to get into details of use cases later on one-off calls. But our customers typically start in the channel with the partner team or the channel team, and then they expand to their field teams. So step one is just automating the account mapping, those spreadsheets that we have on hand to identify those revenue opportunities. Then we make those real-time partner connections, and then we can bring this data into different CRM systems so that reps or just the channel team or the partner team can see this information. So if your partners have invited you to PartnerTap, welcome. If you have not yet invited a partner to PartnerTap, here's what your invited partners get for free. So they're able to sync their CRM. They are able to accept partner invites. They're able to share accounts and opportunities and get full control of the data that they're sharing. They can see all of the detailed mapping, and they can oftentimes they can invite other partners to connect. If they want to download or see multi-partner mapped data, or have data pushed back into their CRM, or really do pipeline sharing, that's all in our upgraded module. So one of the questions that we always get asked, and we've gone through many security reviews, is like, how secure is this data? And so we deal with lots of enterprise customers, and our system is configurable to those enterprises. We're GDPR and CCPA compliant. The majority of our customers actually do not bring in any PII into PartnerTap, and there's a lot of reasons for that. And we are SOC 2 Type 2. We go through audits every single year. One of the other differentiators of PartnerTap is that we're using machine learning to help us with the normalization in different languages to perform the best account matching in the industry. So with PartnerTap, when you're using our account mapping data, we map on so many different fields to really ensure that we're not creating false positives with the matches. So with that, I am going to jump into our demo and walk you through the free version here. So here I am, I'm logged into PartnerTap. If you have not yet logged into PartnerTap, you can log in with your CRM. It is single sign-on. Once you get logged in, or you can upload a spreadsheet. So I'm going to come over here. This is my data. And this is where I have either uploaded spreadsheets, I've synced CRM, I can add to the account list manually, or I can also augment my data. So lots of times if companies have different systems and they want to augment with propensity data that just isn't in the CRM system, they can do that here. A lot of times we have companies that have marketplaces and that data does not feed back to the CRM or any other system, and they want to bring transaction data in here. They can do that all through augmentation. I'm going to quickly just show you one thing here. This is our CSV guide, and this is helpful for both you and your partners when they're providing you lists or maybe connecting into PartnerTap. Two things that we require to actually start mapping data in PartnerTap is we need an account name and we need the type of account it is. And we can do fuzzy matching on just account names. Now, that is not the best way to map data, but it is a way to start. And oftentimes partners are only giving us a list of accounts and telling us to go, hey, hunt in the haystack to go find that needle of how these accounts map to your millions of CRM accounts or your 20,000 CRM accounts, who knows? So we can do that. But we always say it's better if you give more data. So DUNS number, website, VAT ID, tax ID number, phone, location-based data. And then, who are the actual account owners in your accounts? So that's number one. Once I get that data in, I am ready to start mapping. The other thing is if we are CRM connected, we will sync opportunity data, which is important when we start pipeline sharing and mapping against pipeline. So in the free version, first thing you're probably going to want to do is take those partner spreadsheets that you have on hand of partners that maybe are not yet connected in PartnerTap and run them through our mapping engine. And we're seeing companies get a ton of value out of this. So just like you brought data into PartnerTap, you will bring your partner list in here. You can select the file, drag and drop it. We give you a downloadable sample sheet. So you can download this sheet, you can pass it over to your partner. On the sample sheet, we actually give you a sample data set that you could run yourself just to see, hey, what is this mapping going to look like? And give you an example. Once you run it through our mapping engine, we can accept files up to 100 megs. And yes, we have customers run almost 100 meg files. Run that. If it is 100 megs, it is going to take some time, but once you run it through, it's going to give you a timing. It's going to say, hey, this is going to take 10 minutes or whatever. And you will get an email once that is done. But if it's a small list, like 20,000 accounts, that's going to take a minute to run through our engine. Once you run it through the engine, you can open your report, and it's going to immediately show you how this data set maps to the data set that you've brought into PartnerTap. So these fields here are all based off the data set that you've brought into PartnerTap. So if you don't have industries when you brought in your uploaded file or CRM data, if you don't have segments, these pie charts aren't going to be anything, because this is based on your own data. So how does this map against our industry data that we have inside of the CRM or the CSV? It's going to tell you, okay, here's where you have mutual customers. Here's where you have prospects, where your partner has customers. Here's areas where you might be able to help your partner because it's a customer of yours and a prospect of theirs. So two different scopes of mapped data you're going to see. Any of these fields you can drill into on this dashboard, but you can jump right to the accounts. And this is going to give you everything that's mapped against the partner sheet and your data set. Anything that you've brought into PartnerTap, you can filter by. So you can add filters on anything that we've synced from CRM or from another system or from the report that you've brought in. And then you can't download in the free version, but you can whittle this down quite a bit. The next thing you'll be able to do is see if you've brought in CRM data, how does this map against my open and close pipeline? So PartnerTap syncs the last 24 months of open and close pipeline data. And depending on your company, in free accounts, we don't sync revenue data or anything like that. You have to talk to us first before we sync that type of data. But this seems to be extremely valuable to go, okay, where do we have open pipeline? My partner just sent me a list of their open pipeline. I want to see where we can align. And again, anything that we've brought in from your system, you can filter on. The next thing you're going to do in the free version is start to invite partners. I can invite a channel manager. I can invite a seller. The difference in the two is if I invite a seller and they sync CRM data, it's just going to sync their territory. If I invite a channel manager, it is going to sync everything they can see in CRM. And most likely a channel manager can see everything. You can choose the sharing scopes you want to share with your partners out of the gates. So a lot of companies are just saying, hey, I just want to see summary at first, and then I'll decide. Or you can choose, matched accounts, just mutual customers, whatever you want to share. Then you can put their email addresses in here. You can change this messaging however you'd like, or you can take this custom link, can create your own email, and then give them your personal registration link. When they click that link and they go through the registration process to set up their free account, they will be connected directly to you. So here's where I'm actually connected to partners. And you can see here, I have a lot of active partners. I have one that's not sharing any data with me yet. And so I can ping this partner to share. Once you set up share settings with your partner, they are provided a notification that you're open to sharing now, and you've set your settings. But we're going to come into Jesse Systems Inc. And just like in that spreadsheet mapping I did, now I'm in a connected partner. And so based on the data set that partner's brought in and the data set that I've brought in, we're going to see a high level overlap. Where do we have mutual customers? Where are those hot prospects? Where can I help my partner? And so depending on how you work with partners, is going to be really where you're spending time on. A lot of times when we work with companies that have a resell motion, they're most interested in hot prospects. So where does my partner have penetration that we don't yet? When we work with marketplace partners, we're looking at where do we have mutual customers where we might not have the integration set up yet, or does this partner even make sense to go build an integration? Next step is going to be to set share settings. So the most used share setting is just sharing matched accounts, just share everything that matches. But PartnerTap is a little bit different. We do allow companies to share data that does not overlap their partners. And we have a ton of customers doing this. So first, most easy setting is, hey, just share mutual customers, just share mutual prospects, share matched accounts, everything that overlaps. I just want to share all my customers that match their account base that they've shared to me. I just want to share all the prospects that I have in my data set that overlaps their data. Once you get into all, that means I'm sharing my entire data set with you. So really mirroring that spreadsheet action of here's an entire spreadsheet, like how does this align with you? I want to share all my customers. I want to share all my prospects, or just my customers that match prospects. So we select the share setting, the scope, and then we decide what we want the partner to actually see. And so account name, account owner, is customer is always the default. These additional items are never defaulted. You can choose them. It's also in our upgraded edition. This is completely configurable. And then we can go into advanced settings. So if I was to go, I want to share all my customers or all my accounts in Belgium or in a particular region, like I can really whittle down my share settings based on all of the data that I brought in. Opportunity sharing. This is pipeline sharing. This is completely separate from what I've shared in accounts. So I can share a subset of pipeline to my partner, and I didn't have to share those particular accounts over to them, but I can share pipeline. And again, I can share pipeline. My partner does not have to share pipeline back to me. So a lot of use cases we see for this is I am running pipeline. I have something, my partner shares what I have deal regged. I share what I think I have deal regged, and we're able to show, here's the difference. So this either needs to be deal regged. The other use case we're seeing is that I want to share a pipeline that I think my partner should be in, and we should be co-selling together. And my partner can see how these opportunities map to our account base. So I'm going to go into the mapped accounts first. And in the free version, tons you can do here. So I can drill into any of these filter settings. So if my partner shared a large data set to me, I can see, well, where's the mutual customers? Where are the mutual prospects? Where's the hot prospects? Where can I help my partner? I can also see if I've shared over all of my customers, what didn't match to them. If my partner has shared more data over to me, like customer accounts or prospect accounts that I don't have in my CRM data set, we call those greenfield accounts. A lot of people call them white space. So this is where I can just drill into, what is that white space? Like, we don't have that account in our CRM data set. So I have all of the data that I've brought into the system, and then anything that my partner has shared over to me. We do have that partner, what my partner calls an account, because a lot of times we see different account names than we have. Because of our matching, we're looking at so many different fields. A lot of times the names don't match, but a lot of other information about the account matches, and we know this is a for sure match. All of this data to the right is all data that we've brought in from our CRM. We can filter down on any of this information. Again, in the free version, you cannot download, but you can easily put as many filters on this data set to really get to a good list of what you want to go after with the partner. And quickly jump over to opportunity sharing here. So one thing that you will see, even if your partner is not sharing opportunities with you, is how do those mapped accounts that they've shared over to you, how does that map against your open and closed pipeline? So that's the default. I can see all of my opportunities that are on the matched accounts that they shared. Then I can get into deeper levels. If I'm sharing opportunities or they're just sharing opportunities with me, these are the further reports. So I can see, what are all the opportunities that I've shared? What are all the open opportunities that I've shared? What are all the partner opportunities shared to me? So I don't want to see my data in here. I just want to see their data. What are all the opportunities that don't match to any of their accounts? So I've shared pipeline to them. What does not match? So this is white space on their side. Then I can see opportunities that they've shared to me that do not match. Those accounts do not actually match in our data set. That's the green field to us. Then the combined opportunities. How do these opportunities come together? So where do we have motions going where our partner has motions going. And so we can see several opportunities attached to one account on both sides. And we'll show if it's matched, unmatched, or greenfield in these combined reports. So the last thing is you can collaborate around any of the shared data together. The mapped accounts and mapped opportunities as a place where you can drill in and you can see how do all these accounts map against, in a singular way. So I want to just look up one account and I want to see all the partners that are mapped to it. In the buy-up, we're taking all of this data and we are compiling it together with the spreadsheet data, the connected partner data into our ecosystem report. So this is where you can get multi-partner reporting. And this is the data that we're bringing back into the CRM. So I'm going to stop because we're at time. But if there's any questions that have come up, happy to answer those now.
Doesn't look like there's any questions today.
Okay, so I will just share this back and just say, if you're using our free version, awesome. If you're not yet, we hope that you'll join PartnerTap and get all the power, get those spreadsheets off your desk, get the data mapped quickly. And then, if you're looking for pipeline sharing and visibility with your partners or pushing data back into your CRM, please reach out. We're happy to take those calls and get you going on your way. So thanks so much. Oh, I think there is a question. Somebody said, can't wait for this to have for us to have enough partners that this makes sense for us. That's awesome. Yes, please use the free version until you're at scale with an ecosystem running, because you can run, those quick lists through here, even with one partner, and you can do it all for free. So awesome. Thank you. All right, everybody. We'll talk soon.